Okay, real quick, I am going to attempt a new way for me of cleaning up these edges where I roll over the side. I'm going to use my new heat gun. I'm going to use this attachment on it. It's like a scraper. This heat gun is the Furno 550 from Wagner. It came in a kit with a bunch of different attachments. I can't wait to try this for blowing out beach waves and stuff. It's got a scraper in it. I don't need that stuff right now, so I'm going to set it aside. What I'm going to work on is the back of one of those tray tables I did. I didn't tape off the back or anything because every time I tape something, I forget to pull the tape or something comes up. So I just don't get to it. So I saw somebody else do this with a similar setup. I cannot remember who it was to give her credit. I looked to see if I'd saved the video and I didn't, and I can't get back far enough to get the comments. So if you know who it was, if you could tag the video or just let me know who it was, that would be great. I know it's somebody in the Artist Till Death family, but I'm not sure who it was. So if you know, fantastic. This heat gun has multiple fan settings, multiple heat settings. I don't need a ton of fan for this, so I'm going to use it on the single fan setting, not the extra fan setting, but I am going to use a fairly high heat. I am not going to touch this when it is hot. Again, this is brand new to me, this whole heat gun, so we'll see how this goes, but I'm hoping this works. The girl who I watched do this did this in a box to catch all of the little things. I'm hoping because this has a lower fan setting that it's not going to maybe fling them everywhere. And I still might need to sand a little bit when I'm done, but it'll save me a lot of time and aggravation. My old method of doing this is terrible. How I was doing this was taking an X-Acto knife and my torch, and I would heat it and then scrape. It works, but it's tedious and kind of a little bit dangerous. So I'm hoping that this will work. So I'm going to get to it. I'm going to fire this up. Now that's on its lower fan setting and its middle heat setting. I am going to crank the heat up all the way. And I can feel heat coming out of this already. This thing is super quiet on this setting. It's great. I can't wait to use it for projects. And it's probably going to take a little bit to heat up to where I need it. But I can already tell how much safer this is going to be. So, and I don't know what this particular end is called. I'm sure there's a name for it. And it is kind of bending a little bit with the heat, but that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to touch it and bend it back because obviously it's very hot. And I do have my surface flipped over on this cutting mat just to protect it. So and it is pretty warm now, so I'm actually going to back the heat off a little bit. Because I don't want to actually cook the wood at all. But that is how I will be cleaning up my edges from now on. I don't like how much this is bending, and I do want to see something else. So And it does have a cool setting. It'll switch over to blowing cool air on its shutdown cycle. So you're not putting it down super duper hot. So, and it sits upside down on itself. Now, I knocked that off hot, so I'm not going to touch it. I am just going to grab the scraper out of this kit and see if just heating and scraping works. Because this is a pretty sturdy scraper. And I don't want to touch that because it is quite warm right now. So I'm going to spin this around this direction so I can get a clean run at it. And I'm going to turn the heat gun back on. And again, I don't need a lot of fan, just some heat. So I'm just going to go ahead and heat it up like I would do my old way with my torch. And you do want to be using your proper PPE when you're doing something like this, because you are heating resin and potentially releasing toxins. So do be mindful of that. I'm shutting it down. So either way, I am peeling a little bit of the wood off, but I actually don't care. It's the back side, it's the bottom. It's not going to get used. And like I said, I'm probably going to sand this a little bit before I reattach the bases. But either way, this is way safer. Is this cool enough yet? Whether I use this or this, it is way faster, way safer than the old way. So I just wanted to show you that quick. I wish I could remember whose video it was I saw. I would probably look to see if I can get maybe a skinnier, sturdier one of these at some point. I don't like the way it bends as it gets hot. It does make it a little bit more difficult. I mean, it'll bend right back out, but getting one side done before it bends is probably not ideal. But I'm going to carry on. I'm going to get this finished. Just a little cleanup hack for those of you that don't like to tape, don't remember to tape, whatever your reasoning for not taping is. Because I am not a taper. So that was that. Thank you for watching.